any different? And the answer is no. That's basically what's out there. What we started to do is to say, okay, what's the ramifications in terms of the value proposition that we've got to construct to best empathise and meet these needs? And what you guys are saying, and it's a bit close to the bone, obviously the product's obviously got to be fit for purpose, but we've got to emphasise this flexibility and change. And I hadn't actually thought about, you've got to think twice about the trainer, because not everybody is comfortable in this environment. But then most of the conversation, surprisingly, was around the relationships. That our needs analysis is reality-based. We understand, and we may be able to help, we may not. That's the truth in the ethics. We've got to elicit in this consultative selling, but IIR is a wake to the storm. We're in this too. We've got our brand on the line, and we put the time in to understand not only the business, but the industry. What I would like to do now is just talk a little bit with you guys about the market life cycle, the competition, and the sales strategy. And then I think we need to put together the generic guide, this is what Tom started to talk about just before lunch, the generic hooks that any IIR sales representative can use, which in my world is the words, the pipeline, and then you've got to put your own empathetic professional energy. Does that make sense? Yeah. So what, Harvey, you've been in a long time. No, I mean that honourably. In terms of the scenario, no, I'm going to ask all of you. In terms of the scenario, Harvey, is it, remember we had this conversation 2 years ago, well, if it's, mate, you better go and look for some other business, because is this making some statements about who we should be talking to?
Absolutely.
What, I mean, you know more about, what are the statements?
The classic thing at the moment is it's very hard to get.
Well, in your world,
yeah.
who's awake to this and is open to a reality-based sales approach?
We've got obviously the German banks are always shrewd about what's required.
Yeah.
And in terms of the emerging markets, I was mentioning doing more in Turkey and that particular area, and then I have pockets on the big banks, where basically some of the international banks.
Well, maybe you have to do it bank by bank.
Yeah.
Rodney, what's your comments? Like, you look at that market life cycle, where you could argue this is a new market, and human behaviour is some people wake up quick, and some people are asleep. So what's it telling you? Are there people you should be talking to and you're not, or people you are talking to and you shouldn't? What's coming out?
I think I'll agree with Harvey wholeheartedly. What's the scenario that we face on a daily basis is very much, when do you stop talking to these individuals? And it's like Harvey says, it is your own judgment call. But in some scenarios, such as a few of us here have been for a few years working with the same clients, you think to yourself, I put so much into this. I know it's not doing much now, but that's a salesman's mantra, isn't it?
Yeah, you tell me it's up,
I know what you're going to say. Go on.
What I was going to say is, Jeff, I've got a really good feeling about this one, And Jeff's going, Rodney. No, but that's the $1 million question. Tick, 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 tick. My son used to say, Dad, how do you know when to get off a dead horse? Okay, but you furries, what's given this is global? What's it telling you about who are the innovators, the new innovators, and who are the new laggards?
Well, it's very difficult with Asia because they will say one thing and do something completely different.
Yes.
So you might think that I had a great response there, great meeting.
I think to make us look better, in that we've got new stuff that we can propose. So I don't think many competitors are doing that. So that's why.
I do a lot of travelling, and I do the hotel booking on booking.com. And when I first started, I picked a number of lemons, but now I go down what the people have written who've stayed there. So do we use referrals and that? Yeah. Kate, what is coming out? Like, I'm supposed to do a workshop in Beijing next month, and these guys, these Chinese guys, can't seem to get traction. Everybody goes to Stephen Covey. Now, in my humble opinion, Stephen Covey is another empty paper bag. But what is coming up for you in terms of this discussion about competition? Do you think competition?
Yes, well, I had a direct sort of challenge from a client the other week, and they said, "What are you doing other than just the the classroom training? What other sort of things?" Try to bring them back to obviously what I feel our strength is and what we've been known for, which is the quality interventions on a face-to-face basis, using the best people in the business that the delegates can challenge, and that sort of environment.
So it's face-to-face, A grade, and as I said, the only way I've been, and I've moved the basis decision, is to say, and we can facilitate your issues. It's not just skills enhancement.
Exactly. We don't have to just blindly follow a schedule or outline. There is the flexibility there.
Yeah, so it's skills to business challenges.
Yeah.
Now, Harvey, let's talk about this tech thing.
Yeah.
Well, now let's say